Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here today. We live in a world where our relationships define much of our emotional landscape. Whether they are friendships, romantic partnerships, or familial bonds, these connections can bring us immense joy, but can also lead to deep pain and heartache. Emotional attachment is a powerful force that binds us to others, often making it challenging to let go when a relationship becomes unhealthy or toxic. Recognizing the signs of unhealthy attachment is a crucial first step in the journey to emotionally detach from someone. Emotional attachments can be complex and multifaceted, often blurring the lines between healthy connections and those that are detrimental to our well-being. Understanding these signs can empower you to make informed decisions about your relationships, enabling you to prioritize your mental and emotional health. One of the most prominent signs of unhealthy attachment is a pervasive sense of dependence on the other person for emotional stability. You may find yourself constantly seeking validation and reassurance, feeling as though your happiness hinges on their approval or presence. This dependence can manifest in various ways, such as needing frequent communication, feeling anxious when they are unavailable, or experiencing emotional turmoil when they express dissatisfaction or withdraw. Over time, this reliance can create an imbalance in the relationship where one person feels overwhelmed by the weight of the other's expectations and emotional needs. Another indicator of unhealthy attachment is a profound fear of abandonment. This fear can lead to clinginess, possessiveness, or a constant need for contact. You might feel anxious at the thought of being alone or worry excessively about the other person leaving you. This anxiety can result in behaviors aimed at keeping the other person close, often leading to a cycle of insecurity and desperation. In many cases, the fear of being alone can prevent you from recognizing the toxicity of the relationship, as you may prioritize the connection over your well-being. Moreover, unhealthy emotional attachment can often lead to a loss of identity. When deeply entwined in a relationship, you may begin to define yourself through the other person, adopting their interests, beliefs, and values while neglecting your own. You might find yourself making sacrifices or compromising your needs to maintain the connection, leading to feelings of resentment and frustration. This loss of self can be subtle at first, but it often escalates to the point where you no longer recognize your own desires, passions, or goals. Another telltale sign is the feeling of being drained or emotionally exhausted after interactions with the other person. Healthy relationships should uplift and energize you, while unhealthy attachments can leave you feeling depleted and overwhelmed. If you often feel anxious, upset, or frustrated after spending time with someone, it may indicate that the relationship is not serving your best interests. This emotional drain can hinder your ability to engage in other aspects of your life, such as work, hobbies, and social activities, ultimately leading to a decline in your overall quality of life. Additionally, watch for patterns of manipulation or control within the relationship. Emotional manipulation can take many forms, including guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or passive-aggressive behavior. If you find yourself consistently second-guessing your feelings or feeling guilty for expressing your needs, it may be a sign that the attachment is unhealthy. Recognizing these manipulative behaviors is essential, as they can significantly impact your emotional health and contribute to a sense of powerlessness within the relationship. As you begin to identify these signs, it's essential to reflect on the underlying dynamics of the relationship. Understanding why you may feel compelled to remain attached to someone, despite the negative impact it has on your life, can provide valuable insights into your emotional landscape. This reflection may involve exploring past experiences, patterns from previous relationships, or even deep-seated fears and insecurities that contribute to your attachment style. Engaging in this self-reflection can be challenging but ultimately rewarding. It allows you to confront uncomfortable emotions and confront the reasons behind your attachment. As you gain clarity, you can begin to develop healthier coping mechanisms and strategies for detaching emotionally. This process may involve setting boundaries, practicing self-care, and seeking support from trusted friends or professionals who can help guide you through the transition. Recognizing the signs of unhealthy attachment is a vital first step in emotionally detaching from someone. By acknowledging feelings of dependence, fear of abandonment, loss of identity, emotional exhaustion, and manipulation, you can take proactive steps to reclaim your emotional well-being. This journey may require introspection and courage, but it ultimately leads to greater self-awareness and healthier relationships. Remember that prioritizing your mental health is not only essential for your well-being, but also for fostering more fulfilling connections in the future. By understanding and addressing unhealthy attachments, you pave the way for personal growth, resilience, and emotional freedom. Establishing clear boundaries is a fundamental step in the process of emotionally detaching from someone. Boundaries serve as essential guidelines that define how we interact with others and what we are willing to accept in our relationships. They protect our emotional health and personal space, allowing us to engage in connections that are healthy, supportive, and nurturing. However, setting boundaries can be challenging, especially when navigating relationships with people to whom we are emotionally attached. The following discussion delves into the significance of boundaries and offers practical strategies for establishing and maintaining them effectively. The first step in establishing boundaries is understanding what they are and why they matter. Boundaries are not barriers that isolate us from others, rather, they are personal guidelines that define our limits, values, and needs. They can be physical, emotional, or psychological, and they serve to protect our well-being. In relationships where emotional attachment has become unhealthy, boundaries become even more crucial. They enable us to create a space where we can reflect on our needs, cultivate self-respect, and foster healthier interactions. Once you understand the importance of boundaries, the next step is to identify your personal limits. Reflecting on what makes you feel uncomfortable or stressed in your relationship can help you clarify what boundaries you need to set. Ask yourself questions such as, what behaviors from the other person do I find unacceptable? What are my emotional triggers? What aspects of the relationship cause me stress or discomfort? By understanding your limits, you can communicate your needs more effectively. Communication is key when it comes to establishing boundaries. It is essential to convey your limits clearly and assertively to the other person. This may require having a direct conversation where you express your feelings and the specific behaviors that you need to change. Use I statements to communicate your needs without placing blame. For example, instead of saying, "You always make me feel guilty," you might say, "I feel overwhelmed when I sense that my needs are not being considered." This approach helps the other person understand your perspective while reducing defensiveness. Setting boundaries may also require you to be consistent and firm. Once you have communicated your limits, it is essential to uphold them. This means being prepared to reinforce your boundaries if they are tested or violated. Consistency is crucial. If you waver or allow the other person to disregard your boundaries, it can send mixed signals and undermine your efforts to detach emotionally. Establishing and maintaining boundaries is a process that may involve ongoing dialogue, and you should be ready to revisit and adjust them as necessary. It's important to recognize that setting boundaries can elicit a range of reactions from the other person. They may feel surprised, hurt, or even angry. While it is natural to want to avoid conflict, remember that your emotional well-being is paramount. By setting boundaries, you are prioritizing your needs and asserting your right to a healthy relationship. If the other person responds negatively, it may be indicative of their unwillingness to respect your boundaries, further reinforcing the need for detachment. In addition to communication, self-awareness plays a critical role in establishing boundaries. Regularly check in with yourself to assess how you feel in the relationship. Are your needs being met? Are you feeling respected and valued? Self-awareness helps you remain attuned to your emotions and enables you to adjust your boundaries as your needs evolve. It also empowers you to recognize when you may be slipping back into old patterns of attachment, allowing you to address these feelings before they escalate. Self-care is another crucial aspect of maintaining boundaries. As you navigate the process of detachment, prioritize your mental and emotional well-being through self-care practices. Engage in activities that recharge and rejuvenate you, whether it's spending time with supportive friends, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy. Self-care not only strengthens your emotional resilience, but also reinforces the importance of your boundaries. When you prioritize your well-being, you send a clear message that your needs matter, which is essential for fostering healthy relationships. As you work on establishing boundaries, be prepared for the possibility of pushback or resistance from the other person. They may not understand or respect your decision to create distance, and this can be challenging to navigate. However, it is essential to remain steadfast in your commitment to your emotional health. If necessary, consider seeking support from friends, family, or professionals who can provide guidance and encouragement as you navigate this process. Establishing clear boundaries is an essential step in emotionally detaching from someone. By understanding the importance of boundaries, identifying your limits, communicating assertively, and prioritizing self-awareness and self-care, you can create a healthier emotional landscape. This process may require courage and resilience, but it ultimately empowers you to reclaim your sense of self and foster relationships that uplift and support you. Remember, setting boundaries is not about pushing others away, it's about creating space for healthier connections and honoring your emotional well-being. Through this journey, you can cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and build the foundation for more fulfilling relationships in the future. Reflecting on the relationship is a critical aspect of emotionally detaching from someone. This process involves taking a step back to assess the dynamics of the relationship and understanding its impact on your emotional and mental well-being. It requires an honest evaluation of how the relationship affects you, your feelings, and your overall quality of life. Engaging in this kind of reflection can illuminate the patterns of behavior that contribute to unhealthy attachment and provide clarity on whether to continue investing your energy in the relationship or to pursue a path of emotional detachment. To begin the reflection process, it is essential to create a safe space where you can think openly and honestly about your feelings. This might involve finding a quiet place where you can be alone with your thoughts or journaling your experiences and emotions. Writing can be a particularly powerful tool for self-reflection as it allows you to articulate your feelings, identify recurring patterns, and gain insights into your relationship. As you reflect, consider the emotions that arise when you think about the other person and your interactions with them. Do you often feel anxious, drained, or frustrated? Or do you feel supported, happy, and valued? By assessing your emotional responses, you can begin to identify the overall impact of the relationship on your life. Next, it is helpful to evaluate the dynamics of the relationship itself. Take note of the patterns of behavior that you and the other person exhibit. Are there recurring conflicts, misunderstandings, or unmet needs? Consider whether the relationship is primarily characterized by support and positivity, or whether it is dominated by negativity, manipulation, or control. Understanding these dynamics can provide valuable insights into why the emotional attachment may have become unhealthy. For instance, if you often find yourself compromising your own needs to accommodate the other person, it may indicate an imbalance in the relationship that needs to be addressed. Reflecting on the relationship also involves examining the role you play within it. Self-awareness is key in this regard. Consider your behaviors, reactions, and emotions in the context of the relationship. Are you enabling unhealthy patterns by constantly seeking validation or reassurance? Do you find yourself sacrificing your own needs for the sake of maintaining harmony? Recognizing your own contributions to the relationship can empower you to make necessary changes. It can also help you understand whether your emotional attachment is rooted in fear, insecurity, or a genuine desire for connection. As you reflect on the relationship, it can be beneficial to explore its history and evolution. Consider how the relationship has changed over time. Were there specific events or experiences that altered the dynamic between you and the other person? Understanding the timeline of the relationship can help you identify when certain behaviors or feelings began to surface. This awareness can provide a clearer picture of the emotional attachment and the factors that may have contributed to it. Another critical aspect of reflection is recognizing the underlying fears and insecurities that may be driving your emotional attachment. Often our attachments to others are rooted in deep-seated fears, such as the fear of abandonment, rejection, or loneliness. By acknowledging these fears, you can begin to understand their influence on your feelings and behaviors. This understanding can be liberating, as it allows you to differentiate between genuine connection and attachment driven by fear. By addressing these fears, you can take steps toward emotional independence and resilience. In addition to reflecting on the relationship itself, consider how it aligns with your values and life goals. Ask yourself whether the relationship supports your aspirations and contributes positively to your life. Does the relationship enhance your sense of self or hinder your personal growth? Evaluating the relationship in the context of your values can provide clarity on whether it is worth maintaining. If the relationship does not align with your values or support your growth, it may be time to reassess your emotional attachment and consider detachment as a healthy choice. It is also important to seek feedback from trusted friends or family members during your reflection process. Sometimes those close to us can offer valuable perspectives that we may overlook. They may notice patterns or behaviors in the relationship that you might be too close to recognize. Engaging in open and honest conversations with supportive individuals can provide further clarity and help you make informed decisions about the relationship. As you complete your reflection, it is crucial to acknowledge and honor your emotions, whatever they may be. Whether you feel sadness, relief, or confusion, allow yourself to experience these emotions without judgment. Emotional detachment is not about suppressing your feelings, but rather understanding and processing them in a healthy way. Embrace the insights gained during your reflection and use them as a foundation for making decisions that prioritize your emotional well-being. Reflecting on the relationship is a vital step in the process of emotionally detaching from someone. This introspective journey allows you to assess the dynamics of the relationship, recognize your role within it, and understand the impact it has on your emotional health. By engaging in self-reflection, examining your emotions, and considering the alignment of the relationship with your values, you can gain clarity on whether to continue investing your energy or to pursue detachment. This process may require time and courage, but it ultimately empowers you to reclaim your sense of self, foster personal growth, and cultivate healthier relationships in the future. Embracing this journey of reflection is a significant step toward emotional freedom and well-being. Practicing self-care is a crucial component of emotionally detaching from someone. Self-care involves prioritizing your physical, emotional, and mental well-being, allowing you to rebuild your sense of self and strengthen your resilience during a challenging emotional transition. In the context of emotional detachment, self-care can help you reclaim your identity, foster inner strength, and establish healthier boundaries. Engaging in self-care not only aids in the process of detachment, but also enhances your overall quality of life. To begin with, understanding the different dimensions of self-care is essential. Self-care encompasses various aspects, including physical, emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Each of these dimensions plays a vital role in helping you navigate your emotional landscape and promotes a holistic approach to personal health. Recognizing that self-care is multifaceted allows you to tailor your practices to meet your unique needs and circumstances. Physical self-care is the foundation of overall well-being. It involves maintaining a healthy lifestyle through proper nutrition, exercise, and sufficient rest. When navigating emotional detachment, taking care of your physical health can have a profound impact on your emotional resilience. Engaging in regular physical activity, for example, can help alleviate stress, boost your mood, and improve your overall sense of well-being. Whether it's going for a walk, practicing yoga, or participating in a sport, finding activities that you enjoy and that promote physical health can significantly enhance your ability to cope with emotional challenges. Nutrition also plays a critical role in self-care. Eating a balanced diet rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins can provide your body with the nutrients it needs to function optimally. When you prioritize nutrition, you not only fuel your body but also support your mental and emotional health. Certain foods, such as those high in omega-3 fatty acids and antioxidants, have been shown to improve mood and cognitive function. By nourishing your body, you create a solid foundation that supports your emotional journey toward detachment. Rest and sleep are equally important aspects of physical self-care. Emotional challenges can often lead to anxiety or insomnia, which can further deplete your energy and resilience. Prioritizing rest and ensuring you get enough quality sleep can help you recharge and enhance your emotional stability. Creating a calming bedtime routine, minimizing screen time before bed, and establishing a comfortable sleep environment can contribute to better sleep hygiene. A well-rested mind is more equipped to process emotions and navigate the complexities of detaching from someone. Emotional self-care involves acknowledging and honoring your feelings as you navigate the detachment process. Allowing yourself to feel and process your emotions is essential for healing and growth. Journaling can be an effective tool for emotional self-care, providing a safe space for you to express your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Writing about your experiences can help clarify your emotions and provide insights into your journey. You may also consider engaging in creative outlets such as painting, music, or dance, which can serve as powerful forms of emotional expression and healing. Seeking social support is another vital aspect of emotional self-care. Surrounding yourself with friends, family, or support groups who understand your journey can provide a sense of belonging and comfort. Sharing your feelings and experiences with trusted individuals can help you feel less isolated and more validated. Building a strong support network can also remind you of your worth and reinforce the importance of your emotional well-being. It's essential to cultivate relationships that uplift and inspire you, especially during times of emotional difficulty. Engaging in activities that promote relaxation and mindfulness is also an integral part of emotional self-care. Practicing mindfulness meditation, deep breathing exercises, or engaging in hobbies that bring you joy can help reduce stress and foster a sense of calm. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present and fully experience your emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. By cultivating mindfulness, you develop a deeper awareness of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to respond to them more thoughtfully rather than reactively. In addition to physical and emotional self-care, psychological self-care is essential for maintaining your mental health during the detachment process. This involves setting aside time for self-reflection and engaging in activities that stimulate your mind. Reading books, attending workshops, or pursuing educational interests can provide opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. Challenging your mind through learning can enhance your sense of purpose and fulfillment, contributing positively to your emotional well-being. As you engage in self-care practices, it's important to remember that this is not a one-time effort, but a continuous journey. Your needs may change over time, and what works for you at one point may need to be adjusted later. Regularly reassess your self-care routine and be willing to adapt it as necessary. This flexibility allows you to remain attuned to your evolving emotional landscape and prioritize your well-being throughout the detachment process. Practicing self-care is about recognizing that your emotional health is a priority and that you deserve to invest in your well-being. By nurturing yourself physically, emotionally, and psychologically, you create a supportive environment that fosters healing and growth. Engaging in self-care not only aids in the process of emotionally detaching from someone, but also empowers you to cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself and your needs. Through this journey of self-discovery, you can emerge with a renewed sense of strength, resilience, and clarity, ready to embrace healthier relationships in the future. Remember, self-care is not selfish, it is an essential component of living a fulfilling and emotionally healthy life. Setting boundaries is a fundamental aspect of emotionally detaching from someone. Boundaries serve as guidelines that define how we want to be treated in our relationships. They protect our emotional and mental well-being, ensuring that we maintain a healthy distance from influences or behaviors that might be detrimental to our happiness and growth. When you find yourself in a situation where emotional detachment is necessary, establishing clear boundaries is essential for reclaiming your autonomy and fostering healthier dynamics in your life. If you would like the first step in setting boundaries is recognizing what your personal limits are. This requires introspection and an honest assessment of your feelings, needs, and values. Ask yourself what behaviors or situations make you uncomfortable or stressed. What are your emotional triggers? Understanding your limits will help you articulate your boundaries clearly. For instance, if you feel overwhelmed by constant communication from the person you're trying to detach from, it's important to acknowledge this feeling and recognize it as a signal that you need to set a boundary regarding communication. Once you've identified your boundaries, the next step is to communicate them clearly and assertively. It's crucial to express your needs directly and without ambiguity. When setting boundaries, be honest about what you require for your emotional well-being. So use I statements to convey your feelings, such as I feel overwhelmed when we communicate too frequently, and I need some space to focus on myself. This approach emphasizes your feelings and needs without placing blame or making the other person defensive. Effective communication ensures that the other party understands your perspective and the importance of respecting your boundaries. In addition to communicating your boundaries, consistency in enforcing them is vital. Setting a boundary is not just about stating it, it's about following through with it consistently. If you establish a boundary around communication, but then engage in conversations that violate that boundary, sends mixed signals and undermines your efforts to detach emotionally. Consistency reinforces your commitment to self-care and signals to others that you are serious about your needs. This may require strength and courage, especially if the person you are detaching from is resistant to your boundaries or attempts to push back against them. It's important to prepare for potential pushback when establishing boundaries. People may not always respond positively, especially if they are accustomed to certain dynamics within the relationship. They might feel hurt, confused, or even angry at first. It's essential to remain firm and confident in your decisions. Remember that setting boundaries is a healthy and necessary act of self-preservation. If someone reacts negatively, it is a reflection of their inability to respect your needs rather than a failure on your part. It's crucial to understand that you are not responsible for the other person's feelings or reactions. Your priority is to protect your own emotional health. When you begin to set boundaries, it can also be beneficial to establish consequences for when those boundaries are violated. Clearly outline what will happen if the boundaries are crossed. For instance, you might say, if you continue to call me after I've asked for some space, I will need to take a break from our communication setting. Consequences reinforces the seriousness of your boundaries and emphasizes that you are committed to your emotional well-being. However, it's essential to follow through on these consequences if necessary. This consistency will strengthen your resolve and demonstrate that your boundaries are non-negotiable. So setting boundaries is not solely about distance. It can also involve establishing guidelines for how you wish to interact when we do engage with the person. And for instance, you may choose to limit the frequency of meetings or phone calls, or you might decide that certain behaviors such as negativity or criticism are unacceptable. By setting these guidelines, you create a framework that promotes healthier interactions and reduces the likelihood of emotional turmoil. It's important to remember that boundaries are a form of self-respect. By setting and enforcing boundaries, you send the message to yourself and others that your emotional health matters. This act of self-respect can be empowering, helping you to build self-esteem and foster a greater sense of control over your life. As you navigate the process of emotionally detaching from someone, maintaining your boundaries reinforces your commitment to your well-being and personal growth. As you continue to set boundaries, take time to evaluate their effectiveness. Are they working for you? Do you feel more empowered and less emotionally burdened? Regularly reassessing your boundaries allows you to adapt to changing circumstances and ensure that they remain relevant to your needs. This ongoing evaluation process is a vital aspect of maintaining emotional detachment and fostering your overall well-being. Letting go of the attachment is a vital step in the process of emotionally detaching from someone. This step requires a conscious decision to release the emotional ties and the habits that may keep you bound to the relationship. Letting go is often challenging, as it involves confronting your emotions, allowing yourself to feel grief, and ultimately choosing to move forward. However, embracing this process is essential for your emotional health and personal growth, as it paves the way for healing and the opportunity to create new, healthier relationships in the future. To begin with, it is essential to acknowledge the feelings that arise when considering the act of letting go. It's natural to experience a mix of emotions, including sadness, fear, anger, and confusion. These emotions may stem from the depth of the connection you had with the person you are detaching from, as well as the fear of the unknown that comes with change. Allowing yourself to feel these emotions is an important part of the letting go process. Instead of suppressing your feelings, give yourself permission to experience them fully. This emotional honesty is a crucial step toward healing and ultimately allows you to process what you've experienced. Grief is often a significant component of letting go. When you detach from someone, you may be mourning the loss of the relationship, the shared experiences, and the future you envision together. It's essential to honor this grief and understand that it's a normal part of the healing process. Allow yourself time to reflect on what you've lost and the impact the relationship had on your life. This reflection can help you gain clarity about what you truly want and need moving forward. Journaling about your experiences and emotions can be a therapeutic way to process your grief helping you to articulate your thoughts and feelings in a safe space. Another important aspect of letting go is identifying and challenging the thoughts and beliefs that keep you attached to the person. Often we hold on to relationships because of deep-seated beliefs about love, worthiness, and connection. These beliefs can create a sense of dependency, making it difficult to release the attachment. Take time to explore your thoughts about the relationship and the person. Are there any negative beliefs about yourself that are tied to this attachment? For instance, do you feel that your worth is linked to the relationship? By identifying and challenging these beliefs, you can begin to shift your mindset and create space for a healthier perspective. Visualization techniques can also be an effective tool in the process of letting go. Visualizing yourself free from the emotional ties can help you mentally prepare for the transition. Imagine what your life would look like without the attachment. Picture yourself engaging in activities that bring you joy, spending time with supportive friends, and pursuing your interests. This mental imagery can create a sense of possibility and motivation, reinforcing your commitment to letting go. Visualization can also serve as a reminder of your goals for emotional detachment and can help keep you focused on your journey. As you work toward letting go, it's important to establish a sense of closure. Closure can be achieved in various ways depending on the nature of the relationship. If possible, consider having a final conversation with the person to express your feelings and intentions. This dialogue can help clarify your decision to detach and provide a sense of finality. However, if direct communication is not feasible or desirable, you can create your own closure. This might involve writing a letter to the person expressing your feelings and your decision to let go, even if you don't send it. Engaging in a symbolic act, such as releasing a balloon or burning the letter, can also serve as a powerful ritual to signify your commitment to moving forward. In addition to closure, creating physical distance can significantly support your emotional detachment. Reducing contact with the person, whether through social media, phone calls, or in-person interactions, can help you create the space you need to heal. This distance allows you to break the cycle of dependency and reinforces your decision to let go. While it may feel difficult initially, this physical separation is essential for providing you with the clarity and emotional freedom you need to focus on yourself and your healing. During this process, it's also essential to engage in self-compassion. Letting go can be painful, and it's easy to fall into self-criticism or doubt. Remind yourself that it's okay to struggle and that healing takes time. Be gentle with yourself and recognize that you are taking a courageous step toward prioritizing your well-being. Practice self-kindness by engaging in activities that nurture your spirit, whether it's spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing hobbies that bring you joy. Cultivating self-love and compassion is vital as you navigate the complexities of letting go. Surround yourself with a supportive community can also play a significant role in the process of letting go. Reach out to friends and family members who understand your journey and can offer encouragement and support. Sharing your feelings with others can help validate your experience and provide comfort during challenging moments. Consider joining support groups or seeking professional guidance from a therapist or counselor if you feel overwhelmed. Connecting with others who went through similar experiences can foster a sense of understanding and solidarity. It's essential to look forward and embrace the opportunities that lie ahead. Letting go of an attachment opens the door for new experiences, relationships, and personal growth. As you release the past, remind yourself that you have the power to create a fulfilling future. Set new goals for yourself, explore new interests, and engage in activities that inspire you. Embrace the possibility of new beginnings and recognize that letting go is not just about loss. It's also about the potential for growth, healing, and self-discovery. In summary, emotionally detaching from someone is a multifaceted process that involves setting boundaries, recognizing and expressing your emotions, challenging limiting beliefs, creating closure, and ultimately letting go. Each step is crucial in reclaiming your emotional well-being and fostering healthier relationships. By establishing clear boundaries, you protect your mental health and signal your commitment to self-care. Acknowledging your feelings and processing grief allows you to understand the impact of the relationship, while challenging negative beliefs enables you to shift your mindset and break free from dependency. Creating closure and letting go are essential for moving forward, as they provide the freedom to embrace new opportunities and personal growth. Ultimately, this journey is not just about detachment, it is about self-discovery and the empowerment that comes from prioritizing your emotional health. Through these steps, you can cultivate a healthier emotional landscape and open yourself up to new beginnings, leading to a more fulfilling life.